What's going on, everybody? Today we've got an advanced mobility workout. This is gonna be a tough one. We're moving in a flow, so we'll be moving seamlessly from one movement to the other through 3 different circuits. We'll have a bit of a break between the circuits, 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Our first section is gonna be Cossack squats. Second section will be shoulder and core. And then our final section will be for the splits. So we're starting off with Bootstrapper squats. So let's get our hands onto our feet. We're gonna be going between a hamstring stretch and a deep squat. In the deep squat, try to get your back nice and straight, drop the hips low, and then get a nice little hamstring stretch. So hands on the feet, let's go ahead and get ready. We're gonna get started, and let's begin. All right, let's get ourselves set up for Cossack squats. We'll bring our feet as wide as our wingspan. We're gonna start by bending the right knee, keep the left leg straight, down into the Cossack squats. Keep your hips and shoulders face forward, left leg straight, let's go. All right, we're gonna make our way down into a static Cossack squat. So we're gonna hold that bottom position, get as low as you possibly can, keep the hips and shoulders squared forward, and keep trying to sink deeper as if you're trying to bring your bum right down to the floor. Here we go, and hold, chest high. All right, we're just gonna sit right down on the floor from where we're at and bring your right knee down to the ground. Let's turn the chest to face diagonal between your legs. And we're just gonna externally rotate this right leg. Readjust your foot if you need. Up and down we go. All right, let's get that foot down to the floor. We'll open up, so we got a 90-degree angle between the legs. Turn your body to face that left leg. Hands up by the head. We're doing good mornings towards the left hamstring. 2, 1, here we go. Okay, from this position, let's just step forward. So our left foot is on the floor, straighten the right leg. We've got world's greatest, so plant the right hand on the floor. We're gonna take the left arm up to the sky, and then take that arm under the other arm and bring your shoulder to the floor. Let's begin. All right, let's come back up to center. Feet as wide as a wingspan. We're gonna go down Cossack squats to the left side. Right leg's gonna stay straight. We got the whole sequence on the other side. Let's get ready. Here we go. All right, we're gonna make our way down for that Cossack squat, static hold. Bring yourself as low as you can and hold that position, actively trying to bring your bum down toward the floor. Keep your right leg straight. Let's begin. All right, we're gonna sit down on the floor right where we are, and this left leg is gonna internally and externally rotate. Keep your chest facing towards your right, or between the legs. Open, readjust your foot if you need. You can use your hands for support. Let's go. All right, let's open up the hips to a wide hurdler so your hips are open at 90 degrees. We're gonna face the right leg, hands up by the head for some good mornings over top of this right leg for a quick little hamstring stretch. Let's go. Here we go. All right, from here, let's step forward so that the right foot is flat, back leg straight, left hand will be on the floor. We got world's greatest. So bring the right arm up to the sky and then bring the arm under the other arm and try to get the shoulder to the floor. Here we go. We'll finish this section with a static pancake stretch. So bring your feet as wide as your wingspan, toes directly forward or slightly in. Keep your legs nice and straight. Hands are gonna stay off the floor, and let's reach the elbows down toward the ground and hold. All right, circuit one is down. We got a quick little break to get ready for round number 2. We got shoulders and a bit of core. We're gonna start with cat and cow on the hands and knees, rounding the back, arching the back, just getting things ready. 10 seconds, here we go. So hands and knees, we'll start by rounding the back, tuck the chin, exhale, inhale, arch the back, and look up. Let's begin. All right, from this position, we're gonna do thread the needle on the left-hand side. So we'll take the left arm, reach up to the sky, and then take that arm under the other arm and twist the spine. So left arm is moving. Let's go ahead. So from this position, let's take the left foot and step it straight back and turn. So we're in a quasi side plank. Left arm is gonna do big circles. So bring your hand in front of your face like a backstroke in swimming, and large shoulder circles to stretch the side of the body. Okay, so from here, we're gonna take this right foot and step it forward. In yoga, they call this broken triangle. And we're gonna lift the hips high and take this left arm overhead as if you're trying to touch it to the ground for a side bridge. And lift, hold. Okay, we're gonna stay in this position and just bring your left hand down to the floor, square your shoulders with your mat, and when it's time to start, we're just gonna hover the left foot the tiniest bit off the floor for a twisted plank. And let's hold. All right, let's place your left foot on the floor where it is. We're gonna take the right foot up into the air for a scorpion stretch, stretching the right side of the body. Extend your knee up to the ceiling and feel that front hip flexor stretch, the right side. Let's go. We'll return to hands and knees. This time the right arm is gonna move for thread the needle. So bring the hand up to the sky, arm under the other, trying to bring the back of the shoulder to the floor. Thread the needle on the right side. Let's go ahead. around here so you guys can see me. We're gonna keep the left hand on the floor, step the right foot back, and then turn so that you're facing your right side. The right arm is gonna make circles in front of the face and stretch the side of the body. Let's begin. Okay, so from here, we're gonna lift the left foot, step it across, and then from here, lift the hips high into the sky, and then the right arm is gonna reach down as if you're trying to touch the floor, and then you can keep your eyes down on your left hand for a twisted bridge. Okay, so let's turn and bring the right hand down to the floor and then keep the left leg out to the side. When it's time to work, we're gonna lift the right foot just a teeny bit off the floor for a twisted plank. Here we go. Place your foot right down on the floor, the right foot, and let's take the left foot up to the sky and across the body for a scorpion stretch. Lift the knee up to the sky and stretch the left hip. Here we go. Let's bring both knees down to the floor and we're gonna do a puppy dog stretch. So walk the arms out in front and bring your chest down to the floor, eyes face forward, and we're trying to get a nice back bend. Here we go. All right, guys, final section, we're gonna be working on some split. So let's get ready for elephant walks. So we're gonna be in a forward fold position. So let's bring yourselves to your front of your mat. Feet are gonna be about hip width apart, and let's bring the hands down to the floor. And then from here, we're gonna march the legs out. So straighten one leg, bend the other, press the knee back to get the hamstring stretch. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna step the right leg back into a sprinter stretch. So keep your right leg completely straight. We're gonna shift the hips forward and look up to stretch the right hip flexor, and then come on up and stretch the left hamstring for sprinter stretch. Here we go. Okay, from where we are, well, let's drop our right knee, come up and stand nice and tall on that right knee. Arms are gonna be out in front, and we're gonna twist the left arm open and twist the body as much as you can, opening, closing. Okay, so from this position, let's tuck the back toes, sink the hips down, and we're gonna lift this back knee and stretch the right hip flexor. Keep the chest upright. We'll hold that low lunge. Here we go. Plant that back knee down on the floor, and we've got a half split. So let's stretch the left hamstring. So from this kneeling position, bring the chest forward and long and stretch the left hamstring. Hold. And then we're gonna move into a full split, but with hands off the floor. So bring yourself as far into a split as you can without the use of the hands on the ground. And we're gonna sink down into it, just using the legs. Here we go. We're gonna switch sides. So let's bring the right leg forward for a sprinter stretch. Back leg nice and straight. We're gonna switch between rocking the hips and looking up and then stretching the hamstring. So let's go ahead and get ready. Here we go. Let's plant that back knee on the floor. Arms gonna be up in front, and we're gonna rotate the spine for a kneeling twist. Bring the right arm back like we're opening a book, and your eyes can follow the hand. Here we go. Okay, so from here, we're gonna tuck the back toes under, straighten this back leg. So we're stretching this hip flexor and trying to sink your hips down. Keep your chest nice and upright. Let's get ready. Hip flexor stretch, low lunge, let's go. right, we'll plant the back knee on the floor and we'll come into a half split on the right side. So right hamstring is stretching. Bring the chest forward, try and stick the bum out. Here we go. Let's get it. And we're gonna go into our full split, hands off the floor. So right leg will be forward and sink yourself as low into the split as you can with your hands off the floor. When it's time, use the legs to sink yourself down. Here we go. All right, and we're gonna finish today off with a basic standing pike stretch. So let's bring the feet together, press the legs nice and straight, and we'll go into a basic forward fold pike stretch. Here we go. Awesome work today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.